Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. It is Angelic Ray coming to you at Angelic Soul 11, and I am going to be doing the collective reading for the full moon in Scorpio, May 7th, 2020. And this is definitely an interesting energy. I kind of still feel like I'm in there. And so actually, I'm just going to completely flow. Yeah, I know I like to just like flow however it goes. And that's what I'm going to do. For those of you that have your egos and like, oh, what's going on with her nails? Well, y'all can see my nails grow together now, right? And I'll probably may or may not put nail polish every so often. It happens when you clean and they just start, chemicals start breaking them off, right? And they got really bad. But most of you already know that story. I spoke to y'all. And if not, then now you know. Welcome to my channel. If you are new to my channel, I wasn't even going to be doing this card. I actually started feeling compelled to do with the Osho, but I guess I am going to pull out an animal totem card. And as I was breaking the Osho's oracle, I was just compelled to just do it a different way. Yeah, see, because I was feeling three different stories, three different energies. And that makes sense because, like, Scorpio definitely has, so everything has layers, right? Mind, body, spirit has layers. So this is definitely talking about trusting. We have trust, friendliness, and clinging to the past. And what I was really, really feeling going into this, like it just felt, for someone, I literally heard a second chance in regards to fixing a friendship or a relationship of some sort, to kind of get things in the proper alignment for both people. Because it's almost as if every time y'all about to like level up, it's almost like one of you or like both of you keep energetically pulling at each other, because it's almost as if, and this is the one that I'm looking at, it's almost as if like your individuality and their individuality, your purposes are like, even though it's two different images, it's two different paths in a way, they mesh or intertwine with each other's world, and so they're actually more closely connected than you realize it. And that's for a lot of cases with people, but I'm really getting in regards to a reconciliation of a friendship that is with deeply rooted, of a stable foundation to really get you both in proper alignment in your higher selves, like your higher selves are like literally speaking telepathic communication. I'm getting like, this is why you constantly are feeling energetic pulls with each other, and it's almost as if you're getting opportunity to either reconcile this relationship or make amends, make peace, but still, because really honestly, it feels as if it's supposed to be for creation, like a collaboration of some sort, or even just exchange of resources or something like that is kind of what I'm getting here. And then I got like trust, and this is mostly for everyone, truth be told, is what I was feeling. Like, this is for everyone. Like, trust the process, trust your true self, trust your spirit, trust your voice. And when I say your true self, every aspect that is you is you. But when you allow other influences such as astrology, astronomy, the planets, other people's voices and stuff to be of a greater influence. And what was that? I swear that probably was a hawk. to be a louder voice or a louder influence than you, right? And you see, like, I got sidetracked, and maybe some of you are constantly letting other people's voices be louder than your own voice. And truth be told, I know how that is. I also, like, I'm the type, I like to get as much, I go through things through experience, and then I like to get the information, because I'm like, well, what was this that I was experiencing, right? I'm always wanting to know. These aren't going to stay up there the whole time. It's just so that you can see them here. And please pardon my camera. So we have friendliness, we have trust, like trusting the process, taking a leap of faith. I really, truly, honestly believe that this is definitely for a new beginning. Spreading your wings, really trusting in your heart and your mind and your voice and your truth and your light to really set you free and get you to that bird's eye view. You see how, like, she's flying, she's on the sky like an eagle. You know, the Scorpio also represents the eagle, in a sense, where they're in their higher self, their greater self, right? And it goes through a kundalini awakening where it has to mesh, you know, both polars of themselves. That's, yeah, see, this is, let the story go wherever it's gonna take you. Both polars of yourself, both sides, the duality, the light and the dark and everything meshing with you and your genetics, and really you getting your full being fully cognizant of the merge of your consciousness. That's what it's. And clinging to the past. This can be like dreams that are coming up for you to kind of deal with, so that you can heal and learn to, like, be free from it. Look at the whole picture here. And for some of you, it is that you have been clinging to the past. For some of you, it's knowing how to reconstruct things from your past, so that it's not exactly how it was before, but it's, you know, being integrated in a way that is healthy for you, in a way that is going to be freeing for you, in a way that is setting you free, not keeping you trapped in a loop, trapped in a box. Because you see, she's even holding the box. Like, this reminds me of a meditation I did one time, and this is very personal, but I went into like a trance in my meditation, and I found myself in a box, holding onto a box, and I was just like, I was holding it, and I didn't know what was inside, and I was just like, for the life of me, I saw myself like in so many, I was like a giant me, like just bodiless, seeing a giant me in a body, looking at another me in a little body in another box, okay, holding onto a box. And it was very intense, and it was very, like, I just remember just so many feelings coming up, so many visualizations, and like I was speaking to myself, but like I wasn't moving my mouth, but then one version of me was, and it was so layered. And really, I was in control of holding or letting go of the box so that I can get out of the other box. I had to be able to let go of the box so that I could get out of that box, that cube, so I can get out. And it was, I'm not going to lie, what seemed so simple and so easy kind of felt right emotionally. It felt so real. It felt so, to me, it was real. To me, it was like, if I leave this behind, I'm neglecting it, I'm letting it go, and all these thoughts, right? All these thoughts. And so I had to allow myself to breathe through that process. And I was completely alone in this meditation. And I just was guiding myself, talking to myself, and like, it's okay. You can let go of the box. You can open the box if you want to open the box and see what's in the box. Or you can just let it go. But whatever you do is your choice. And for however long you choose to hold on to it is for however long you choose to stay in this cube, in this box. And I just remember like, well, I don't want to stay here the whole time because like I'm missing out on everything out there. And then it's like, but well, what is out there? Do you even know what's out there? Can you see out there? And I'm like looking around and like everything is just a white box. I can't see anything through it and all of this. And I'm like, you know, if I use my imagination, I could only imagine what's on the other side of the box. Right? Long story short, you have the choice and the will and the power to let things go, to imagine things, to see for yourself, to take a leap of faith, to trust yourself, to do anything you want, to envision, to imagine. Nobody couldn't tell me what I could imagine in those white walls, infinite, pure blank space that had an abundance of possibilities of what it can look like. Whatever I choose is. No other voice, no other being had control there to tell me, right? Other than my true self that was connected to it all, that can see it all. It saw all the layers. It can see what was on the other side of the box. But that part of me, you know, and I had to allow myself to be like that part of me and the other part of me to see, and then like, oh, and then, you know, and so that allows you to see how change is not necessarily a bad thing. You know, in fact, Scorpio it's represented by the scorpion, right? It's represented by the phoenix. It's represented by the eagle. And, you know, all these different creatures, like they're totally different from one another. A tree is different from the person. That is different from being in the sky, free to like clinging onto, holding on to consciousness and thoughts and all of this shenanigans, right? So this is definitely saying, and it definitely came out this way, so maybe I should put it the way that it was. But I just grabbed this one first because that was the one that was talking the most. And I did get like the reconciliation. And it's like changing the story around. It doesn't have to be the way that it once looked before in the past. Like, y'all have the ability to reconnect now and create a whole brand new beginning, a whole brand new story, that it doesn't have to be clinged to the past. It doesn't have to be what it once was before. And for others of you, it's completely being solo and allowing yourselves to be friendly with yourself, to not judge yourself, but free your heart, saying, okay, well, I had this experience. I'm grateful for all the memories. I'm grateful for like all the experiences that it gives me. And I now allow it to be set free as I am set free, in full bliss and gratitude for the experience. And I now allow myself to be in a way that is fully developed from that experience, and being able to move in this new development into my foundation and let it serve me to the best of my ability, to the best of its ability, right? Because your abilities are constantly forever growing. Okay? And just allow it to be something that is going to move you forward in your path here. For some of you, I do feel that this is mourning someone who had transitioned here, and your consciousness of what it is to lose a person in a physical body and connecting with spirit is going to start to shift here because of the telepathic communication. It's almost like your physical self is like mourning, but your friend or family member is like letting you know things are gonna be okay, you're gonna be okay, or I'm okay, or they're sending you message through spirit. I got goosebumps all over. They're sending you message through spirit, and you just need to be still a little bit to listen and be okay. Maybe focus on your breath. Maybe you're getting anxiety attacks when you're missing them. You're possibly not sleeping well. I'm getting a full pressure headache right on my left side here. So it might be something that you're resisting to listen in a sense. Like, don't let the past hold you back. Thank you. Don't let the past hold you back to where you're going in life and who I'm hearing, like, who you trying to be. I guess like you can only be yourself is one thing I say, but sometimes we feel like we have to try to be a better version of ourselves, and I can definitely resonate with that. What is one animal card, since I'm gonna pull this out? Spirit is too funny. I didn't even look at the other one, but let spirit be your guide with the hawk spirit number 32. And I saw a hawk. Okay? Spirit ain't never told no lie. The hawk is also connected with like the Merkaba or the falcon in a sense, right? Allowing your heart to be open. Allow yourself to silence your mind and go into your heart to bring the balance of the intellect, of the wisdom, of the knowledge with your feelings and your emotions, and breathe easy through this and allow the clarity of spirit, of true source. Be the deliverer so that you gain more clarity. Okay, allowing you to work through your heart space. See, Scorpio is about transformation. It's connected with Pluto and Mars, and so a lot of your passions is gonna be coming up to the surface. Your emotions, and depending where your Mars placement is in your chart, is going to really show how you express that passion, but it's going to tap into that, right? It's going to tap into that. And Pluto, and depending where Pluto is in your chart, or if you have Scorpio in your chart and your moon, that all plays out with your expression, how you express what is going on in that heart space, right? To set yourself free, let yourself go, allow that heart to expand you. And like the phoenix, from dust you came and from dust you shall return, but she flies free through the fire of purification into a new bird and goes up high, and then just is able to see everything in a new body, in a new environment, in a new consciousness. So you have to let go of the box, you have to let go of the conditions, you have to let things die out in a sense. And that's what all this wearing a mask and the rituals of the transformation and the kundalini and these retrogrades, bringing things back from the past to be resurfaced so that you really fully learn the lessons and clear things out so that you can really move on forward with a bird's eye view. But also what do like hawks do, right? They're birds of prey in a sense, right? So yeah, you can pray for things, but what is faith without action? You have to go after what it is that you are looking for. You have to go after what it is that you are trying to manifest. You have to be balanced with your ma and your ba, to allow the ka to be fully balanced in what it is that you are bringing from heaven onto earth and from earth onto heaven, and be centered in your heart, knowing that you know what, you got faith, you got action, you got one thing, it was a book. All right, I used to read all different types of books. I would read novels. I would read. I was always a person that went through things through experience, and then information came to me after and stuff, right? And still, it tends to be that way. And so, I remember getting into like altercations. From the Bronx, New York, and sometimes it's a little rough out there. And I would get into situations, and I had a teacher one time, and she was like, you do a lot of things with heart, and I can see it in your eyes sometimes that you will contemplate certain things, but then you just take that deep breath and you just be going. And I started laughing. I said, well, I grew up on some you win some, you lose some, but you do it with heart. And there was a book called Down These Mean Streets that I ended up reading. And one of the elders, that's what he taught old boy in the street. Like, anything you do it with heart. And I grew up with, I look con el corazón. You do it with your heart. You do it with soul, with love. Love wins. Love conquers everything. Love breaks the spell. And so with pure unconditional love breaking the spell, because it's those conditions, like love still exists in everything. Spirit exists in everything. So it's not a lack of, it's in a different frequency of foundation. It's still attached to a condition. So it has a certain spell to it. But when it's unconditional, it's detached from absolutely everything. There is no spell to conspire against it or for it. It just is what it is. So when you allow that space to be empty in that space, you allow yourself to really gain the perspective of each angle that things are happening in. You allow yourself to experience the vibrations of the feelings and know the logics behind it and stuff. And it may not happen right then and there. In fact, a lot of the times, especially when you're going through these transitions and your cells are pulsating, you like, wait a minute, I feel a headache, or I'm feeling this pulsation. You need to take some time to actually sit with yourself. You need to take some time to actually sit with yourself and allow yourself to just digest and go through the experience, okay? Then write it down, and it's going to take some time before the full, even when you think you got all the answers and the full revelation of that, it's going to continue unfolding because things happen in so many layers, all right? So a predator watches its environment, and it looks at different possibilities of how it can move. Okay? This is telling you right now, like, have faith in your heart, have faith in your truth, and know that you can move in many different paths. Okay? And the way that you choose to move, when there's a will, there's a way. Okay, when there's a will, there is a way. But you have to be open in your heart. You have to you have to trust your spirit to fly. You have to trust yourself to let go. You have to let spirit be your guide. You have to trust in spirit. Sometimes we allow, and I say we because, again, old girl got some tendencies at times, right? We have these things where so much information is coming to us, or what the media says, what the internet says, what, things with finances, with money, with career, things in regards to relationships and partnerships and collaboration and all of these, whatever it may be. And we get all this information. Oh, money's changing, fiat, this, that, and the third. Let's, and there can be so much noise going around these things that don't even, like, they matter to a certain degree, because, you have to, again, the mind, you have to be balanced in that. But by the way, I'm going to be using the Santa Muerte and the Deviant Moon tarot deck, because those were the ones that was actually calling onto me. So those are the decks that I'm going to use. And it's just very fitting for Scorpio's energy, right? And then talking all this spirit, right? Because like the ancestors, the deep subconscious, the parts of you that are, wanting to be awakened, that are coming up to transcend the Seven of Pentacles here. Yeah, see, like she's behind and she's moving. And I'm gonna definitely just shuffle. This just flew out, but I'm gonna do a better shuffle. They have the skulls here, and she's tallying, she's checking, she's basing, she's moving. They're transcending from one side to the other. She's like what looks like behind a cage, but she's not really trapped, but she's still counting the heads, right? Counting consciousness, tallying things up, saying, okay, you know what, this needs to be accounted for. This thought form, this activity, this pentacle, I need to allow myself to really flourish and thrive and not be unfulfilled in what it is that I'm trying to achieve here. But sometimes it feels like a success unfulfilled, because it's like you waiting for life to move in a certain way for you to be able to do what it is that you need to do to move forward. In order for her to move this skull, I don't know if you can see it well, in order for her to move that to the other side, she's like, damn, my environment right now is kind of like, it's almost there. I can't fully do it just yet. It's almost there. So let me just keep an eye on it, in a sense, what I'm getting, like the tunnel vision, in a sense, that eagle eye, having a focus, okay, of what it is that you are trying to move from one side to another, making certain arrangements, okay, or rearrangements in your life at this time in order to make things work for you. This is a time where it's going to be very proactive, in a sense where you have everything around you that's going to allow for you to check your T's, to cross them out, and dot your I's, and reevaluate your story and say, okay, is this the book that I want to publish? Is this the story I want to tell? Is this the foundation that I'm going to be moving on? Or is this something that's just going to be keeping me unfulfilled in a certain cycle that I'm just putting out there, what I'm getting vengeance, like, because that's another shadow side. It could even be, maybe you were planning, could be for so many different people. It could be somebody as far as like, seeking some like revenge, or wanting to do something out of spite for another person, because they deep in their feelings and they don't know how to get out, and it just, life keeps backfiring on them or shitting on them or whatever, and they're like, damn, it's like it almost come true, but then that shit comes back and bite me in the ass. Or even if it don't come back, it's like in different ways, they just can't seem to be moving forward. And in that case, it's because the way that you moving is not the way that you so focused on somebody else's head, off with their head, that you ain't even focused on your own head. All right. How about, that was just completely random. I am getting it as far as investments as well. So maybe somebody looking to do some investments, and they're waiting for things to just come, move a little bit faster so they can move the way that it is that they want to move. It can be, and I'm talking a lot about moving, so this can very well be that somebody is looking to relocate or travel here. What message can we get for the collective? I'm gonna start getting into the tarot because I can rant on all day if you let me. We're not doing that. Full moon in Scorpio. It could be connecting with a new guide. It can be allowing yourself to go deeper into your abilities. One more time. Let me move these cards out of the way for me. That feels so good. What is the full moon collective reading? Message can I get for the collective reading? I'm getting DNA reconstruction. I'm getting a change of that fool all the way to the other side. Allowing yourself, allowing yourself to really, I'm getting changes of diet, drinking more water, and also like just, I do feel like it's something with your emotions and allowing, like that, not getting stuck in your emotions or not being fearful and letting things go so that you can excuse me, there we go. The Queen of Hearts. Now, she flew all the way to the other side, so I'm not sure how she was coming out, but I'm just going to read it the way I'm getting it. And again, we're talking about that heart here. So the emotions here, the intuition. By the way, we talk about a water sign here. Like, some people say, your heart can turn, there's an ice box in your heart where your heart used to be, right? The Mario song, I don't know why that just came to me. But, if you're feeling like that, or I like to say, because people's like, oh, Pluto's energy, Scorpions, they're cold and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, really? It depends on the person's chart. Because I'm like, really? I looked at them as like agua caliente, like they hot water to me. They remind me of like alcohol. Like if you sipping on some liquor, the spirits that come up, that's hot water right there. You playing with the hot water. And for me, is that Mars and that Mars fiery energy, but because it goes deep into the subconscious, it could be real cold. But I'm like, if you go even deeper, there's a flame there, Anyway, so for whoever that needs to be, maybe just allow yourself to go deeper. If you feel like you frozen in a space, how can there's a freaking, and I don't know what it is flying around, but anyway, the hawk. Back to the story, girl. Emotions, intuition, heart space, melting the heart. Oh, melting your heart, allowing your heart to open, right? And allowing yourself to really trust in, not to get scared. Like, love can seem scary at times, but it's okay to take the risk as long as you trust yourself, as long as you really honor what it is in your heart space. Like, be ever growing. Like, even in Christ, when you look at a picture of Jesus that they put out, and you see the heart, and the I mentioned the hawk, but also like the falcon and the heart and Haru, and the like the will and the power, and doing things with heart, really allowing your heart to be open, to be unlocked. This is where a lot of your DNA activations, the Kundalini, Akashic records, going into a deeper awareness about yourself and knowing your path, and like not to be afraid or scared of the process, but rather trusting that you're gonna be okay and trusting in your journey here. That was definitely me. What other message can we get for the collective for this full moon in Scorpio? Yeah, a lot of cups energy, my gosh. So the 6 of cups, yet see, this could be childhood, family. Oh, I'm liking this. Oh, I like it. I like it. I like it. That's 9. Yeah, 9 cups. The 9 of cups. Family. Okay, the ancestors. I was going to say some wishes being fulfilled here. For some of you, yes, that is the case. Are these two different people, or this the same energy here? First of all, oh my gosh, this is so good. Allow yourself to connect with your ancestors. If you haven't connected with your ancestors before, but you've been thinking about it, you can do, because maybe your belief system is different and you're feeling it in your spirit. But not to get so lost or so caught up as to what the past was, but rather allow it to be your guidance, allow it to be what brings you wisdom, what brings you information, what brings you protection, so that you can move forward and being your true self. Like, don't let go of what's pure in your heart, that you're feeling in your heart. But if it's challenging it, learn it. Like, learn it, because it might be something that is a condition that you're letting go. And this does feel very Kundalini rising. We have here the World card here at the end too. So we have the Queen of Cups, we have the 9 of Cups, and I said the 6 of Cups earlier, but it's definitely the 9 of Cups. And that's opening the treasures I see inside your genetics. That's opening the Akashic records. That's opening the book, reading the story in which has been told for a long time, and knowing where it is that you're going, trusting in each and every cell, organ, molecule of your being, of your body, of your essence, allowing, all the good from, that's going to serve you from your mom, and the good and everything that's going to serve you from your dad and your DNA, to really work with you, and everything that has been genetically passed down that doesn't work for you, instead of sweeping it underneath the rug, deal with it and really ask yourself and ask your guides and connect with yourself, connect with your body, connect with your mind, connect with your heart, connect with that spirit, and see how can you heal it, what is beneficial to it, and allow spirit to be your guide. Don't always feel like you know it all. And this in turn will bring you your wishes and your desires and your manifestations into fruition here. All right. Because you'll be trusting yourself. You'll be trusting your process, and you'll be putting in the work here. We have the Queen of Wands, very irresistible, very powerful. That Magi, she's like, oh, I got this. Oh, I got this. I got that fire. I got that chi. My car on fleek. Okay. Really allowing herself to engage in what it is that she's bringing down to. And I'm saying her because it's feminine energy that's coming out, but it doesn't necessarily have to be a female. This is not gender specific here. I'm just talking energetically. Energetically right now, we have a lot of goddess energy, feminine energy that is showing itself here. Even with the world, you know, she's coming out like as a female sitting on the world, and it's like she has the time, the sand, right? And it's like, how long did you think your shadow side was gonna stay trapped underneath you? Like, how long did you think you can hide from yourself? How long did you think that you was not gonna be able to have to really deal with what's really inside of you? Like, the ticking time clock, that's Saturn energy, fixed energy, world fixed energy, Scorpio being one of the fixed signs here. Can you tell me more about this Queen of Wands? What is she going after? What is this Queen of Wands energy? And it was coming up. The 10 of Pentacles. And I'm just going to take it. So there's the Hermit and there's the 2 of Cups there as well. So this is about wishes fulfilled. This is family stuff, okay? Balancing the emotions, balancing the mind. This is, someone can really be, because I'm getting like creating a foundation of family and receiving the rewards and putting it out there, like you doing the footwork, you flying free. Like, you see how it has the butterfly, but it has the feet and the wings, like really balanced, heaven on earth, and you being in the center, like you being the butterfly itself and being able to fly in your world. Even if things look upside down at times, like things may be looking upside down, but like I'm getting family protection here. What was the Knight of Pentacles behind the Hermit here? So that's things are gonna be moving slowly in a sense, but it's gonna be a solid foundation, okay? Like the money is gonna be coming in here. Oh, was I about to do something I normally don't do? Let me see something here. Make sure they all up. All right. No, they're not all up. Okay. I must have been playing with these cards in another way. I don't even remember. All right, well, you know what? I do like to read reversals at times, so I'm going to shuffle it. However, let's do it. Since you want to play that way, look at it. You want to shuffle that way. We're going to go. Finances coming through. Okay, a new foundation. Can I get some clarity on the World card here? Yep, the Fool. The World confirmed by the Fool here. So that's a major completion going on here with the 4 of Wands here. Okay, this could definitely be coming into a marriage, coming into a union. Somebody like, and one thing that's the reason why, and I felt that in the last reading, an engagement or a wedding, but like she looks super excited and happy. Like she's holding the candle there, but she's like, oh my God, but at the same time, it's calling out, right? It's calling out for what it is that she wants. I'm getting like everything you want, you have, you get it. Like it comes to you. Tell me about the 9 of Cups, and then I'm going to do, thank you. Oh, 2 cards came out. Yep, Page of Swords. and the King of Pentacles here. So the Nine of Cups, the Nine of Cups here with the Page of Swords, what I'm getting is, like I said, that tunnel vision, going after what it is that you have been looking for, seeking, doing the research, getting the information, learning things, people being seen here, okay, so that you can build that foundation here with the King of Pentacles. Be sturdy, be firm, like don't be afraid. And this is of truth here, because the sword is up, and it's like, yo, like I see past everything, I see past the bullshit, my blades, yo, blazing. No lies. Definitely a lot of revelations here. And again, the Ten of Cups in the bottom of the deck here. So a very, very good transition. Whoever, if you was compelled to come see this reading, I know it was kind of all over the place. I apologize about that. I'm not about to be doing all this editing stuff. You got it straight from spirit. It is what it is. I see good outcomes. I see emotional fulfillment. I see good health. I see good wealth. I see a Kundalini rising. I see someone bringing in royalties here for a family here, breaking of a cycle of poverty here. I'm seeing in regards to like the foundation being something long-term, generational wealth. That's what I want to say. Generational wealth is what I'm seeing here. Building generational wealth, going with your intuition, going with your psychic abilities, going with trusting yourself, seeing things exactly for what it is, doing the ancestor work that it is, the prayers, the rituals, because this person I definitely feel like does rituals here. Do the prayers and the rituals and everything, moving you forward to remove you from a lifestyle that once was not serving you and a foundation, and saying that's the end of that shit. You got to reevaluate everything that you needed to reevaluate. You got to bring everybody back on board, and it's gonna take, again, because the Nine of Pentacles, it's gonna take some time, but it's going to be a new beginning that is so fulfilling for you. You're able to nurture it. It's going to attract people to you. Like, just, the money is attracted to you, the royalty is attracted to you, the wisdom is attracted to you, the knowledge, the resources, everything is attracted to you in this sense here. All right, and it's so amazing, and it's almost it's telling you not to be afraid to take that leap, to trust spirit here, okay? Because sometimes things are, you're like, damn, is this too good to be true? Trust your process. You know your process here, okay? And all the right people are going to be in alignment with that. They'll be speaking the same language as you. They will be showing, like, even, it's not just words, but I'm seeing like proof is in the pudding is what I'm hearing. Like actual foundation, actual, like, you'll see it tangibly. It's tangible information that you'll be able to see and receive. Pardon my noise in the background. I have a truck that's passing by here. All right, so for whoever that is, congratulations. I'm super duper excited for you. I do feel like this is a come up in regards to like investing and money here, okay? I do feel like this is also in regards to moving with a new foundation. It does feel more connecting with your feminine side, allowing yourself to get the wisdom through your emotions, through your heart, working through your heart and working through with your feminine energies at this time is really what I'm getting to put you out of balance. Because although information and everything was around, there was a lot of goddess energy there. There was a lot of nurturing. That's a feminine characteristic. A lot of submission, trusting, feminine characteristics here for creation and deliverance, right? A woman goes through the process. She receives the seed goes through a lot of trials and tribulations to even get intact with the woman, so that it is fully created into a new foundation in the world, and allows it to be nurtured and everything, and goes through different trimesters so that it's delivered. This is why it can take some time here, but I do see it being that which is promised to you. So I'm just going to do one final card. Wow, see, this was already upside down, and I didn't have these cards this way. Like, I'm letting Spirit, you do you. Steadfastness, and we kept getting a lot of fives here. Okay, so maybe 5 is your life path number. Maybe it's a number that resonates with you a lot. I know today is Wednesday. It's a day of Mercury. 5 also correlates with Mercury. 5 also correlates with like Kahuti, in a sense, with cutting off the bullshit and really allowing that balance and truth and righteousness and love to really move you in the way that you need to move, cutting through the bullshit. And we have steadfastness here, right? 5 is like that flexibility, is the power after like having to break through that square. Like, we ain't doing them squares right now. We're gonna cut through bullshit. We're gonna cut through what we have to do. Make sure that your corners, you got everything positioned in the corners that you need to have it positioned correctly. If you so need to ever find yourself in a position where you standing in one of those corners, you got all the right resources available to you to get you out. You know what I mean? But not to stay stuck in a certain position, not to allow outside things to move you, but you be immovable. One thing that a good friend of mine said was, you know what? I don't let the clouds are my thoughts, and I'm the sky. The clouds move. I move the clouds. They don't move me. I'm the sky. I just exist. I'm here. I'm immovable. And sometimes that's what you need to do, is just breathe easy. All right? Don't allow other things to move you outside of the way that you know in your spirit that you need to move. Because you have all the tools. You have everything that you need to go in the direction that you need to go, and you divinely guided and protected. All right? That's what I'm getting. Because he's chilling. He's thriving. So that's your final advice. Steadfastness here. Allow yourself to really just breathe. I know sometimes not again, another 5. I just felt compelled. That 5, connecting with the energies of 5 here, okay? Major, major, major changes. Energetic movement. You're going to feel these changes inside of you. Just chill. This is your awakening here. Don't be so quick to rush to a hospital and put things in your body that's going to make you toxic, but move through the changes here. One thing I would say, I'm not always comfortable with doing, all these lives or being on camera, but I know that technology is moving in a way that it's not always comfortable for me, but it's part of my path, is part of my journey. And so I know that I have to just breathe easy, chill, and allow myself to go, trust spirit, and move on the frequency in which is energetically serving me for my highest and greatest good, and move in that foundation, move in that frequency, and move in alignment, so that way it can bring the things that matter to me in this realm, that's going to help me to continue to transition to a better version of myself. If that's what I'm looking to do at the time, is be in a better version of myself, then you got to trust yourself to change. You got to trust the changes. You got to trust, going from a caterpillar to a cocoon to a butterfly, that metamorphosis, okay, period. The 5 always reminds me of like the kundalini, the snake as well. It's fire, it's fire, okay. There's a lot of fire energy. I wasn't saying fire, but it can be fire, I guess. But it's flexible. It's communication. It's travel. It's freedom. It's power. Okay, and once you get through those waves, you allow yourself to transition into another frequency. And when I look at those fives, I'm like, ooh, it could be a tower moment. And those tower moments come from breaking the cycles inside of yourself first before it looks like it outside. And we know collectively that is what we're going through. I know a lot of you may be feeling, well, how come we haven't received certain monies? Or how about, a lot of it has to do with what are you doing in your foundation then? What are you really building? What are you trusting? Are you trusting in yourself? Are you trusting in somebody else to build your foundation? Are you trusting on somebody else to move you the way that you need to be moved, the way that you need to move? Or are you trusting in yourself to say, you know what, the information I'm getting in my intuition, in my spirit, is the right way, and it's scary, and I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but I know that I'm not gonna let the outside environment create this fear that's gonna move me differently than how my spirit is trying to move me. All right, hopefully that makes sense. If it does, please leave a comment down below how it resonates. If it doesn't, it's all good. Maybe the story wasn't for you. These videos, I like to say, are timeless. Whenever you click on it is when you're supposed to click on it and receive this message. Whatever crumbs was for you, if the whole story was for you, is yours. Okay, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel if it resonates with you, and we'll see you again. Peace.